Hello? Hello, everyone? Hey, my name's Sugi Yamagawa, and I'm just some regular guy VTubing my slow life hobbies in my 30s. And today is a special day for me because it's my birthday! Woo! I'm a little... I hate to say this, but I'm definitely more of like the solemn type of person. Rather than like the bring out like the confetti, the streamers, and all the like fun party stuff. So I'm more on the solemn side when it comes to my birthday, because I like because my birthday being the day that it is makes me really want to just like look back upon the year, reflect on everything I did in the past year, and all that fun stuff. And we're gonna be doing plenty of that tonight. But we're going to be starting tonight off a little different, because we are currently here. I have the shop going, not quite at the scene. So, a little bit of, I guess, a prelude. Well, I don't know, just a yap about what I've got going on right quick before we actually like get into it. So, there's been a thing that I've been wanting to do for quite some time that I have not done. There was a past stream in which I wanted to do it, but I got nervous and I chickened out of doing the thing. So, tonight, we're gonna start things off doing the thing. So, yeah. Sorry for the pauses in my speaking. I'm occasionally getting assaulted with large amounts of smoke hanging around the fire pit. So, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do this thing, but after I do the thing, I will say I will have to like throw on the BRB screen for a little bit and reset up my workspace a little bit. So, I'm just now saying right here now, just like please bear with me in this. So, you know what? No time like the present. So, I'm gonna get into this. But I am also gonna need safety gear, because I'm gonna wear my safety gear while I'm doing. Because this is an activity that requires safety gear. It's of the utmost importance that you do that. But let's see here. It's started. Okay, there we go. So, I'm just gonna go ahead and get started, and hopefully my writing I have be nice. Did make sure it worked prior to stream, but it can be a little fussy at times. Let's see what it's feeling like doing. Ooh. Okay. Are you truly optimistic? Oh. my goodness. Okay, well, I certainly was not expecting that outcome. Because, yeah, actually, I want to see if you guys can actually see this, so. Pardon me 1 second here. If I do this. You still can't really see it all that well, but You know what? Actually, and that was another lung full of smoke. I know what I need to do, and I'm gonna do it because I need to get this message across. Everyone. Oh, goodness. What? Woo. Okay, well. Huh. It's still... What? Hey, now. I would at least... This is at least as close, I think, as I'm gonna get tonight. So, I just want to say... Thank you. Thank you so much. This has been a really wild and crazy idea of mine that originally I wanted to do for the chainsaw, well, the chainsaw demonstration stream, or who knows, some other chance where the opportunity presents itself. So, granted, apparently, if I write thank you out from my perspective, it's somehow you guys can't see it as well. So, yeah, my bad. But yeah. Oh. This was like the little thing this has been a band-aid I've been needing to rip off for quite some time. So. Whew. Okay. So I'm gonna throw on the BRB screen because I need to now go from doing some chainsaw work, doing some actual cooking. So I am gonna throw on BRB and please bear with me. Oh, wait, no. Okay, now we're back. Okay, sorry for the delay. Let's see here. How happy am I with that? Do like that. Granted, this is also really different. How I know this because, well, yeah, I played with things. What happens now? This is starting to feel normal. This is starting to feel more. Let me get a little bit more cozy here. My cozy spot. Need to come over a little bit more, and no, I should come over a little bit more. A little bit more. There we go. This is comfy now. This is very. Oh, thank you for the happy birthday, good guy. Thank you very much. Oh man. Cheers, buddy. Granted, I take it you just came in. Or something to that effect. I don't know. But yeah, because I need this. I need this for very good reasons right now. Woo. But yeah, I hope your stream went well. It looked like it went well. Cheers, yeah. So you probably didn't see it. I wonder. I should be able to. Yep, just got done with my stream. Cool. Well, so that thing I've been telling you about for a long time that I've been wanting to do. Well, I didn't want to end 2024 with any regrets. So, let's see here. Well, I did the thing. Granted, for some reason I can't get the camera to show it the actual like right way. But yeah, I did the thing. I chainsawed thank you onto the end of a log, and that's how it started. That is also why I'm a wee bit winded right now. Because originally I had it like in front of the fire pit and stuff, but I had to move that off the side. So yeah, finally did the thing. Finally did it. And it feels good. It's like, okay, cool. That's like... Yes, I did. And it was every bit as awkward as I thought it would be, but hey, you know what? I did it. I'm happy with myself. One less thing on the to-do list going into the new year. Now I can actually focus on like stuff I actually want to do. Like cook. Yeah. I forgot about this, but tonight's dish is actually a... Oh, you find your present? Yes, I did, and thank you very much, sir. And, well, okay, you know what? I do say thank you. I appreciate it. But, looking at it, I was like, oh no, this is gonna turn into content. Oh no, not content! Oh my gosh. But yeah. Grant, I also do have plans for said gift, so thank you very much. Ooh. Goodness gracious, I got I knew I was gonna end up with chainsaw shavings everywhere, and I most certainly did. I most certainly did. That was the idea. Oh no! Oh no! My friend wants to help me make content. Some ways, I appreciate it. In other ways, it's like, goodness gracious, this is going to be work to do. It's going to be stuff to do. Granted, man, I was definitely excited about the future this morning, but there's definitely more about the future to be excited about. Granted, I do like how all the gifts I've gotten, plus you can sign your name on things you make if you. Ooh, oh no, that's a. Oh no, that's a one. That's like a top tier good idea. That is truly a top tier good idea. How are you so good with these idea things, man? What happened to you? It's like you quit alcohol or something and became a much better human being as a result of it. Well, I certainly was not expecting that result with my onion, just because I've got a little bit of brown stuff. I don't get that. Granted, this is also. Granted, I think this is like the. It's kind of been shown on stream before, but like now it's like really, really, really visible. I don't know. I quit drinking, I guess. I mean, you were doing an absolutely fantastic job of taking care of yourself, and you're definitely an inspiration. I am definitely going to be enjoying this beverage for while I can, because one of my goals going into next year is to actually take it a little bit more easy on this stuff, because one, I want to save more money, and two, I do want to take better care of myself, because yeah, December's ending, and I have my, well, let's see here. I'm going to get my annual physical in March. So yes, I want to be on I want to be on my best behavior towards my body, so that way my physician does not say too many things to me about how I treat myself. Is the game plan. But yeah. Granted, I have not even introduced the tonight's dish at all. Any capacity. Probably kind of should. So I am making my favorite recipe my favorite new recipe from next year, because I did cook my favorite recipe, straw hats, which absolutely blows my mind that the Straw Hats Campfire Cooking Stream has been my most popular video / stream of this last year. Actually, that looked a lot better. This side of the onion. I got a little aggressive. Ripping it right there. And see it if I could. I see onion. Where this is going. Yes. Yes. This is onion. Onion's good stuff. I have certainly have been a very enthusiastical. What's the word I want? I know the word in my head, but I can't actually spit the word out. Evangelicist for onion on this channel, constantly. A lot of meals are cooked and prepared with onion. Also, onions are cheap. Granted, onions are cheap but good. I'm an absolute massive fan of onion, and will continue to do so for a very long time in my life. Until I'm like dead, probably. I will forever advocate onions until the day I die. And lots of safety squinting going on due to the fact of campfire smoke. But oh well. But yeah. So this is going to be hot ofu. I'm sorry, good guy, but you might wish to avert your eyes due to the fact that this is actually the national dish of France, which is the reason why I bought French bread recently, because I need the French bread for this recipe. One of the like pairing things with at the end with the recipe is you finish it off with, "Sir, you picked the wild ones and ate." Well, yeah, but that's like a normal thing to do. Like all sorts of normal people like eat. I've eaten a lot of wild food. I've even talked about wild food on this channel, but I'm gonna do more talking about wild food on this channel. Doogie's not gonna stop on that. Doogie is a big fan of wild veg, and we'll talk about it a lot. Because that's actually another plan for next year is doing I'm gonna make a salad with various wild plants during springtime, because there's actually enough plants. Well, there's a lot of different type of like greens that are coming out in spring that I can use to like make a. There'll be enough to like have a wide selection. Like there's greens right now I can pick out my front yard and eat, but not enough to like make like a whole stream's worth of content. But there's gonna be a lot of one of my big goals for next year is to do more plant related stuff, because that's one of that's one of my strong suits, and I need to stick to my strong suits. That is a good way to succeed in this. Also, that is also a good way to have fun. Sort of like you and your Yu-Gi-Oh pack openings, your card openings, your enthusiasm for Pokemon. All those fun things. Which you enjoy and are enjoyed by your community. Do we go out of town on the 16th or the 25th? So I'm on call this weekend. You can't do next weekend. The 18th, I will not be on call. So that would be the best one, because I'm pretty sure the 25th, I'll be on call. Oh yeah. We should definitely shoot for the 18th on that, for our out of town trip. Because, yeah, I won't be able to do the 25th. Probably. I'll have to, like, really double-check my schedule, but I was originally thinking we would aim for the 18th. That's what I think will work best with my schedule. So. Okay. That is onion diced. And also, like, one of the fun things about this recipe, it does take a little while to cook. So, I just need to use onions in the beginning. So, okay. Fire's like, hey, smoke to your face, buddy. Okay, so, I am going to... Yeah, people don't care about Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh! On my channel. Watch me open the packs and play games, yeah. Well, I feel like people have some enthusiasm for those things, then they see the enthusiasm you bring to them, and they're just like, oh yeah, I can get behind this. Whereas me, I'm just a silly guy who, yeah. Okay, cool. I don't care why they like me that much, but they do. Dude, you're a very likable human being. Like, you're someone who is not full of themselves, and in our world of people who are full of themselves, like, you're kind of a breath of fresh air. And also, your boundless passion for bears is probably another part of it. Because people like people who are passionate about things. People are very much into that. Get rebar in, and my grill grate this way. Yeah. Here we go. I need to, probably should. I need to dig through my firewood right now. I threw it in the spot. Throw some more on here. Got a decent fire going, but I don't have a great fire going. So go ahead and that's not how I wanted to do so. But we will do so. Hey yo. Hey yo. Huh. That would sliding down this out. I probably need to bring you out. Especially the bears. Yeah, of course, the bears. The greatest animal. Well, in your opinion, the greatest animal in the world. Unfortunately for me. I love you, man. Unfortunately for me, I'm on Team Emu. Okay. So. Brings. Wow, I actually. Huh. That's a little bit better. Okay. We'll kind of run with that. No, sir, they are the best. No, they are the bears. Oh, we're gonna start tonight's cooking off with a rar. Wait. Okay, well, Silly Goose McGee me did not grab a spatula. So I'm just gonna run back into the house and grab a spatula, right? Because yeah, my thoughts were full of chainsaws. So be right back. Boom! Spatula acquired. So that could be. Here's the thing. Need also garlic. Garlic. That's required. Like there is nothing more distracting than thinking about the next time you're going to use your chainsaw. Which I did cut up a few logs earlier today. Using you for two. So, oh. That fire is getting warm. It's all good. Yeah. And I should probably need to chill my area a little bit. Woo! Hey now. There we go. Now if I can hook you here, bring you over. And can we pull this in? There, that's pretty even on that. Rebar 1. I said towards me. It's better. Better. Not ultimate. Not the best. Better. Oh. I hit this with garlic. That's gonna be that. And that is the onions and garlic. There. Here. Oh. Step 1. It's going to be sauteing the onions. I still want to get like a... Ooh, that's a bit better. Yeah, that's good. Want to make sure you guys got like a really good picture of like the onions. Onions and garlic. Make sure I give that a good mix. I got a little too much fire right now, but that's fine because we're gonna give these onions and garlic a very quick saute. And once we do that, we'll be adding beef and a fair amount of water. And plus some other stuff, but beef and water are gonna hit the pot first. Woo! Just reading my instructions. Yep. 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 Cool. Never too much fire. It depends if you're cooking. If you're cooking, there is such a thing as way too much fire. But last time I made this recipe, I think I was a little short on fire. So I'm trying to be a little extra generous tonight. Especially considering the fact like this is like, oh hey, like hey, I'm doing this thing again. Speaking of doing this thing again, also I've realized I am currently missing things that I'm gonna need later, but I'll grab those at a later date because because this recipe cooks for over an hour. So it's gonna be I'm gonna be chillaxing around the fire pit for quite some time, so yeah, I'm gonna have plenty of time at some point. Throw on the BRB screen and grab a what's those words again? Oh, utensils. Because I do need. I now currently have up to 3 things I need to. Well, 3 things I need to grab from the kitchen, but that's all stuff towards the end of the cook session. So right now I should have enough right now. I was getting way too distracted by chainsaw-related thoughts to think about all the utensils I was going to need for tonight. Ooh. Seeing a few burnt ones, but so far so good. But I think a few burned when I first threw everything in, just because of how high the initial heat was. Granted, there's definitely plenty of heat right now. There's plenty of that heat. And I could start working on some more countermeasures for heat. And one of those would be pulling this a little bit more off. This guy. Yeah, this guy. This guy who has been on this rock, orbiting the sun, for 35 times now. Which is really wild. I bet it feels nice over there. Honestly, funny thing is, this recipe was also like the first thing I cooked over the fire, and that was like when it was almost like way too warm temperature-wise to be doing this. Like right now, between like I think the air temps are in like the mid 40s, if not low 40s, and between like cool air and warm fire, like it's impeccable. It's wonderful. But yeah, it's truly nice. Casey's out, so I'll grab that. Okay. So now that we've got our onion sauteed, go ahead and grab beef and my beef. So, yeah. Woohoo! That is the beef added. Ooh, I need this little guy here soon. But now we'll give it a good stir, break all that stuff up. And I'm gonna just briefly let the beef cook in the pot for a little bit, because I'm gonna hit this pot with some water, and then I'm gonna move it up to the where we're really getting like a lot of fire. And then I'm going to slowly be adding water to this. Mostly because I want it to get to a decent boil. And then I want to hold it at like a nice simmering boil. So I'm just going to slowly add water and slowly let everything rise up to a nice comfy temperature of a simmer. Ideally. Because I actually have to add enough water to cover the beef. Which it looks like it's... Because I'm seeing plenty of that water boil along the edges. Okay, so that's some... The beef is covered, I think, for the most part. I think it could probably use maybe a hair bit more. But... for now, that is looking pretty good. So, get to add some seasoning. So, simmer me timbers. Yes, I'm simmering timbers right now. That is the essence of campfire cooking. So, first off, first seasoning of the night. Healthy amount of salt. A bit more than that. There we go. Oh. And there we go. I went. Then we'll give that a little bit of stir, just mix everything in nice and together. So I think I might be a little bit short on the water. So I'm going to splash some more in. So I think the first time I made this, I threw in all the water at once. And I didn't like that idea. I think the idea of slowly adding water while you've got it on a pretty high amount of heat that allows the water to slowly come up and reach boiling, and then you're at like a really good spot, because you add some water, You let it boil for a little while. You add some more water. And you just slowly bring up the temperature. And I do want to be generous with my water portions here. Because the water is also going to help, like, even out the temperatures. But I think this is going to be good for now. So. Now, I have linked a recipe down below. Wait. Down below. And so I'm going to be doing a few, but not many, deviations from it. One's going to be this. It is a bouillon cube. Basically, this is concentrated beef stock. So, add one of these in. Bloop. And that is going to help. That is going to help the dish out a lot. So, also, we need to start backing our dish off the heat. Because, as you can see, we've got a decent amount of steam coming out of it. We have really good... We've got a good little bit of heat going. So I'm not too worried about much here. Oh yeah, man, I got... Ooh, your dad's jerky recipe? Very nice. Nice. That recipe makes some good jerky, man. Oh man, that's gonna be great. I hope that turns out well. Okay, so let's see here. We are at the following time of blah 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 and yada yada yada. So I'm gonna go ahead, give this another stir, and then I think I'm gonna put the lid on, and then we're gonna be letting this simmer for a while. And I think this is gonna be our longest. I really want to make sure. Wait. Are you telling me you want me to make your dad's famous jerky recipe? Is that... Oh yeah, it do. Sounds like it. Or it's like, wait. Oh yeah, it do. Is that like, you think it's good? I think you're saying you think that's good. Oh my gosh. Okay. Ooh. Reduce heat. Low air on low. Cool. So far, that's a game plan. Okay, cool. So, I'm going to start working on my next ingredients. Because everything's going to cook for a little while. I want to check on this. I want to make sure, because the pot's got to cook on medium low, airing on the side of low. Basically, it just has to get up to a simmer. It's good, is what I'm saying. Okay, okay. I thought that's what you were saying, but yeah, it is good. Can confirm. Actually, no, wait. Better yet, that's a Texas size 10-4, good buddy. So yeah, next ingredient. There's actually 2 more next ingredients at this point in the recipe. It's gonna be carrots and good old-fashioned bay leaves. Wait. There is something up with my camera. If I can't even, like, be like, hey, look, these are bay leaves. Okay, well, I got investigating to do at some point, but that doesn't necessarily have to be now. So, for your carrot, sir, I live in Kentucky, not Texas. You know this. Oh, come on, you never heard the expression Texas size 10-4, good buddy? But thank you. Hey, come on. I live in that state too, you know. But yeah, for this, it's like, it's kind of like any other stew where you want to do very irregular shapes with your carrots. Don't be afraid to be chunky. Don't be afraid to be a little bit on the weird side with your carrots, because they're gonna be cooking for a while. Woo. Feel free to make plenty of weird shapes. Granted, I say that, and I only know... I know. Wait, what the... No. You're the stem. You're the part Bugs Bunny throws away. But yeah, I do live in... Also, by the way, for those keeping track at home, I am now have begun consuming beer too. Granted, this is also athletic, so... So I'm going to be spacing out NA beers with regular beers, so that way I don't get too tipsy. Granted, I do think I will probably have the remaining of my Jägermeister after stream. Possibly. Possibly, not for surezies. But there we go. Carrot number 2 is diced. And I'm gonna check them. Ah! Okay, cool. That's good. That's good. It's not like super broth boiling. It's your birthday, have a little fun. Well, yeah, but I also don't like to get like... I don't want to get like too tore up on stream or anything. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe... Who knows? Maybe like a respected creator I look up to is like, hey, let's do like a drunk, like this game here collab. But we can have some fun on the 18th. Yeah, hell yeah. And granted, that actually sounds like a good plan, because like I mentioned earlier, I'm planning to take it pretty easy on the boozadoodles. Granted, I kind of wish I had like chunkier carrots for them. Because like big meaty carrots are like really good for like soups and stews like this. But yeah, that is carrots done. Dunzo. And I think I'm just have them hang out there. And then I will consult the recipe. Need to figure out where... Okay. I probably should just stick with the... Oh, I don't know. For now, we're gonna just stick with having the carrots prepped, because once the carrots and our 2 bay leaves go in, yeah, we get to wait a little while. And by a little while, I mean like an hour. But yeah, I'm gonna be very checky on this. But yeah, so far so good. That is delightful. And let's see here. Another piece of wood on. Yikes. Okay. But yeah. Speaking of eventual good news for the channel, is I have ordered not 1, but 2 HDMI cables. So, for those who don't know, when I do these streams with my current setup and the way it's set up, cornucopious amounts of this firewood smoke go into my garage. My bedroom is located above my garage. And yes, it smells wretchedly like fire smoke in my bedroom. And admittedly, it kind of sucks. Not a big fan of that. But with these new HDMI cables, so I specifically ordered one for the new camera I bought because it has an AV to USB cable that allows the camera to export photos and video data on a card on the camera, but the camera cannot like send a live feed out through just that. It smells nice to me. Hey, I'm sure it smells nice to you, but like once I get like done doing these streams, it's like really strong. Like really strong. Like I don't mind low level smells of this, but when it gets like really strong, I'm not so much of a fan of that. So, yeah. But I'm pretty sure what I need for this camera is, well, I actually need a, well, I actually got this today, because the port on the camera is micro HDMI, and I got a micro HDMI to HDMI adapter. So once I get those cables in, granted I can actually test some stuff with the cable tomorrow, because I literally got the cable today, the adapter cable. Hopefully I can upgrade the camera, and hopefully embers will not look purple anymore on this channel. Hopefully this will be the last stream where that happens, which is somewhat fitting because this is also the last stream of the year. Oh, yeah. So that's a tech improvement coming to the channel, but that's what one of my HDMI cables is. So the limiting factor on where I can locate my setup is the length of my HDMI cable to my main monitor. Yeah, it's just like when the smell gets like super strong, and like when I go to bed the night after I do one of these streams, it's like my brain's like, hey buddy, your house is on fire. Hey buddy, your house is on fire. It's like, brain, no, I streamed. I streamed, it's fine, whatevs. Not a problem. But yeah. So, with the other Neef, because currently I have a 15-foot HDMI cable. The other one, the 25-footer, I should be able to move this setup further out into the driveway. And that will allow me to do these streams and have this fire pit. Because currently, right now, it's like 20 inches away from my garage door. So it's pretty easy for smoke to blow in. And I'm hoping to move this out like 5 feet into the driveway. Have the whole setup out and probably close my door a little bit or something. I don't know. But there will be a lot more room for fire smoke to dissipate and rise up before it goes into the garage, which is the game plan at the end of the day, is to reduce the smell of campfire smoke, not to eliminate it. So yeah, things will probably still be smelling very smoky around here, but not, well, smoky, but not very so. Game plan. Oh my gosh. Wow, we're 15 minutes in this part. And this part takes a half hour, so go ahead and grab my spatula. Give this a good stir. So I have, it looks like a pretty decent boil. Well, a decent simmer. We're not boiling, which is good. We don't want boiling. We just want like a nice gentle simmer for this. So, yeah. Yeah. Cool. Anything too crazy, but just a little bit. No? A little bit of heat. And I'm continuing to feed the fire, which is also another improvement to the streams, is because I have been a bit low on my heat with some of these streams, but I do want to like improve, have better, more even heat. So by having a lot of my grill grate and stuff like right here, like the front part, gives me a cool area, and then do what I do when I need to make time go by, talk about random things. Oh, currently the things to yap about backlog right now is actually kind of big right now. Man, I am not going to be hitting my slow stride just yet. I mean, granted, the next bit of cookery in the stream is going to take like an hour, but that's fine. But I also have a nose that's slowly filling up with me. Do a BRB or not at that point. I'm not sure. But for now, the yap goes on. But yeah. And granted, I should have been a little bit more prepared for the stream, because I did want to kind of have like some photos of some of the things I've built this past year, some of the things I've done. But yeah, like goodness gracious, like this has been 2024 has been a really good year for me, and honestly, probably the best part of it is finally being able to actually like stream and stuff with my model and all that fun stuff. So, whew. So yeah, for those who don't know, from the day I decided to start doing this till the day I actually did the thing, it's been 2 years. It's been 2 years. I decided I wanted to do this in June 22, and it was actually around June. Well, I did a couple streams before June 22 on a laptop that didn't like to stream. Yeah, man, you worked hard for it. I don't know if I would say I worked. Okay, sure, fine, whatever. We'll say I worked hard for this. Proud of you, bro. Oh, thank you, man. I mean, I'm glad I'm doing this. I am glad that I have decided to become a silly anime man on the internet who wields a chainsaw and cooks in front of a fire and inhales cornucopious amounts of wood smoke that, according to the World Health Organization, is very terrible for you. But hey, you know what? My parents smoke cigs on the daily, and I don't do this on the daily, so I'm probably gonna be fine. Granted, also, like, the orientation on the screen is kind of still bothering me, because I'm not sure how I feel about this being here, but oh well. I'll probably be fussy with things later, but for now, I'm just gonna be, like, chill, hanging out. Ugh. Because, yeah. Oh, goodness gracious. Glad to be here. Hey, I'm glad to have you. It's good to see someone who's just like, oh, hey, like, I'm glad that you're doing the silly thing. And there's been people who have, I mean, they're not here right now, but hey, like, the fact there's actually been, like, people who have came in to, like, chat, or who've even may have just been, like, lurking in my streams, like, I very much am impressed. I also broke my exercise. Wait, are you on your exercise bike right now? Okay, I mean, that would make sense that you're trying to get, like, your exercise in right now. Or did you just, like, break it today? Now I have to use... Oh. For my butt. Oh, man. Okay, well, next time it kind of works. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, well, next time I'm in your neck of the woods, good guy Travis, I'm going to take a look at that, and we're going to see if we can't figure something out there. Ooh. Wowie. Got a frothing boil. Not one of the frothing boil. Just want to simmer. So, give this a quick stir. Kind of works. I worked out earlier. Okay, okay. Well, I hope you had a good workout. Granted, not gonna lie, I'm actually really considering at some point, I don't know if it's gonna be in the now, but I'm considering getting either an actual exercise bike or getting a set of rollers for my bicycle. Because it would be nice to actually, if we could put a real bike seat on it, that would be cool. I will take a look at it and I'll see what I can do. I'm not going to make promises, but I'll see what I can do. I can do things. I have tools. I have the technology. Can I fix it? I don't know. I don't know if it actually works like an actual bicycle seat or not. Because most bicycle seats are somewhat reasonably consistent in terms of like how they're built and put together. I don't know if it's like the same for those. I would suspect I kind of want to try out rollers. I want to try out rollers, and I like the idea of if I buy rollers, I could just use my bike. Granted, I think if I were to just buy an exercise bike, that would be the cheaper option. Because I think I looked into it a little while back, and like a decent set of rollers, like reasonably good rollers, would be like around 150 to 200. But who knows? There might be people out there who are looking to get rid of their rollers after they bought them because, hey, they got stuck at home because, I don't know, maybe a pandemic or something happened and they kind of fell out of love with the rollers. Who knows? Who knows what's happened in the past few years? I've been drinking. Wowie fire. Please do not be smoking like this. I do not appreciate that. But yeah, I definitely want to have some light exercise I could do in the house. So I really do want to actually look into get one of those things at some point. No, their loss will be our gain. Yes! Yes! Who knows? If we're lucky, we might find something when we go out thrifting or something. Who knows? Yeah. Leg day every day. Well, I am a big believer and fan of the leg day. However, there's other ways to leg day. And this is a way to leg day that is probably unique to me as an individual here in the US. And that is, I mow my yard. My quarter-acre corner lot of yard with a rotary mower. And for those who don't know what like a rotary mower is, imagine those mowers from the 50s where it's like a spinny thing and you push the spinny thing and the thing spins and cuts grass. That's a rotary mower. I have one. I bought it 5 years ago. 5 years ago. And I've been using it every season since. I do sharpen the blades at least once or twice a year, and depending on how things go, going into the spring, I might do. I swear. The weak, the poor weak. They use motors to decapitate their grass. As for me, I use leg power. Always flexing that mower. Oh yes, like I own it. I own the fact I use a rotary mower to cut my grass. Because I have had, well, I've told my coworkers about it, and my coworkers are like, "What? Like, are you okay? Are you sane?" And I'm like, "Buddy, like, well, they don't know this, but hey, I'm a VTuber. Like, I'm not sane." It was funny. I think I heard. Oh yeah, I was in a fellow VTuber stream yesterday. Almontes. He was streaming, and he made the remark at some point where he genuinely believed that every VTuber is like somewhere on the spectrum, and I kind of want to agree with that statement. Yeah, you cannot be perfectly sane and be a VTuber. But hey, you know what? If being sane is not fun, I don't want to be right, you know? Like, I'd rather have fun with my life, because, you know what? Life sucks. Life has taxes. Life has insurance. Sometimes people you care about die. I talk about bears and other crazy stuff, yeah. And I talk about rotary mowers. I need to talk about trees a lot more. Especially trees a lot more. Especially trees a lot more. And plants. You are not alone. Wow! Ooh, that is some hot soup. Well, oh wow, that's actually like good and proper boiling. Do not specifically want that. Hey. Yeah, I'm kind of genuinely impressed with the amount of heat I'm getting. I really don't have like a lot of coals under this particular spot in the fire, but it's simmering nicely. Okay, well. Okay. Let's see here. So I've literally got like a minute before I add one. Well, actually, not but one, but 2 bay leaves. One of the reasons why I actually really like this recipe, and one of the things that really genuinely impressed me with it, was like the depth of flavor to the dish. Like, and that was how I made it then, not necessarily now. Now I'm okay. Okay, security light. I have no idea why you just on right now, but you did. Thanks for helping chat get like a really nice clear view of the pot of soup. Granted, I don't know if this is necessarily a soup or a stew. I'm not 100% sure. Ooh. Yeah. Granted, we definitely have like a nice, like, good simmer. And trying to push that piece of wood a little bit further out. That way I can kind of get like a little bit more heat coming this way. Oh, yep. Sweetums. We can now add our carrots. Bloop. And if at any point I feel like I need to, or I will. Okay, go. That carrots mixed in. Bay leaf 1. Careful saying stew too many times. He may end up. He may show up randomly. I don't know. I mean, so I've got a now streaming sign on my garage door, and I still put that up Granted, he has actually arrived at the homestead while I was streaming and left me alone. So, you know what? Kudos to him. Like, he actually did the right thing. So, also, I'm sure he's probably busy tonight because reasons. So, I've got a little bit of beer left here. And once I finish this beer off, I'm going to throw the BRB screen and I'm going to head upstairs and I'm going to grab like the couple of things I need, because I need a fork, I need a ladle, and I need my bread knife. I need those things. I need them to finish out this recipe. Well, I need those utensils to finish my prep and stuff, and then we'll start prepping other ingredients, because right now this gets the stew for a whole hour. That's the fun thing about this recipe, is it takes quite some time, but it's also a real fun, like, thing to make. Makes decent portion sizes. I could increase sizes, but I am a house. Yeah, I'll BRB. Okay, cool. Well, if that's the case, I'm just gonna go ahead and throw BRB, and yeah. And I'm back. So, and I also took the time to grab all the utensils I need. So I should be good on utensils for ideally rest of stream. We'll see. Making no guarantees. Looking at, kind of monitoring my pot a little bit, making sure I have plenty of heat that's simmering. That should. But I am going to go ahead and throw another piece of wood on. Just so that way I'm always like generating more coals. I'm maintaining a supply line. That is the game plan. My gosh, I can't wait to actually be doing this. A slightly different setup to where hopefully I won't be as assaulted by smoke. Ideally. I hope so. But yeah, okay. I'm going. Yeah. Okay. And why do I do this? I do this to myself. Well, good thing I know how to open a beer bottle without a beer bottle opener. Otherwise, I would have been in trouble just now. So, for those here in the US, don't know what recently happened. We lost a really good man this past week. And he's actually the man responsible. Well, kind of the man responsible for me being able to produce beverages. And that is the former president, Jimmy Carter. And I think the year was 1976. President Carter signed the Homebrewing Act. And with that act, he made, from a federal government standpoint, he made homebrewing legal. Previously, up until that point, it was illegal. So, thank you, Carter, and may you rest well, because, dude, buddy, you deserved it. Like, goodness gracious, like, not to be, like, super political or anything, but I genuinely believe that President Carter was one of our best former presidents in my lifetime. Like, the fact that he actually, like, dedicated himself to, like, serving the people and stuff is, I think, really, really cool. And the fact he did so in, like, such a tangible way by building, like, houses and stuff for... I have a lot of respect for the man. And he's been living for 100 years, and I hope he takes a well-deserved rest. Thankfully, I know for a fact I probably won't live to 100. For many reasons. Fortunately, I think this is probably going to be one of them. Ooh. Spicy. Getting a little spicy there. Got a nice boil. You want a simmer. Oh, welcome back, sir. Welcome back. I just poured out a good old batch of the homebrew, especially in honor of the good former president, Jimmy Carter. Because Jimmy Carter, we talking about Carter? Yeah! Because he's the guy that, he's the president who signed the law that made he made us beer. He made home brewing legal, where up to before that point, it was illegal. So, all the wonderful craft beer we get to enjoy, me being able to brew my own alcohol like a freedom-loving American. I don't know how personally involved he was, but considering the fact, like, he was literally just some, like, peanut farmer from, like, middle of nowhere, Georgia. I'm pretty sure when this legislation was being made, he's like, ooh, that. I like that. I need to support that. And he ultimately ended up signing the thing, so thanks, buddy. So yeah. Granted, I still have quite some way to go before I gotta worry about doing a lot of other stuff. However, though, I do have to do a lot of other stuff. So I should prep while I can. So my first act. And also this text. Okay, so this text not being the right way bothers me immensely. It wretchedly bothers me. So, excuse me, everyone. I am going to be flipping things. I'm going to be flipping things a lot. Figure out... Wait a second. If I take that and flip it like this, I think that gets me back where I was. Okay, so that gets me back where I was. Let's do counterclockwise, because we're gonna just be like taking a little bit of a moment. Wait. I feel... Am I close? Am I close? Am I close? No. Man, I feel like I'm back where I started. Wanna do 2 spins counterclockwise. I will never win. Is what the answer is gonna be. Yep, and now we're back to where we started, so. I tried! Because it really bothers me when the text is backwards. And I feel like I should know why. But I don't. But hey, I've got a lot of things to improve on as a content creator and a streamer, so hopefully being able to have legible text on stream will be one of them. Ideally. So, we're going to start with our easiest act of prepping. And that's cutting open the tomato paste. Because if I already had this cut open, it'll be very easy for me to get my tomato paste out. Because tomato paste is really good for adding a rich depth of flavor to the stew. Or the pot. Just call this the pot. Someone out there doesn't like the STEU. So, I've got that. I don't need my can opener. I have one singular bowl of boldness. And for that, we're gonna input leek. Sweet, sweet, glorious leek. So this is actually a leek I grew. And I'm actually just I'm gonna be very heavy with cutting off my leaves. Because I don't want my leaves. So we're just gonna be working with this much, yeah, you know, the usual amount of leek. And leek is really good for, like, also, I should probably use more in my cooking since I actually grow some. Actually, wait a second. Yes. Yeah. Never again. But yes, it is the leek. And I don't want to destroy it, but I should also make dumb meme jokes. Never again. Well, about that, buddy. The leek milkshake will return in 2025 because I still have to do the silly stream idea I have of making the most cursed milkshake stream. And of course, I'm starting off with leek. I'm going to start off tame. I'm going to start off easy. Amateur level. Granted, probably the biggest thing that's going to determine whether or not that stream happens, i.e., here's your chance to prevent me from hurting myself in very entertaining ways, is I need to acquire the fruit of the Saw Palmetto tree. Well, technically it's a palm. Palms are technically more closely related to grass versus actual trees. But you understand what I mean. In order for me to do that stream, I need to acquire Saw Palmetto fruit. Because Saw Palmetto fruit is legendary. Legendary. Whoa! Hey now. That's a lot of smoke. You're boiling. I'm gonna throw some water on you. Not a lot. Ooh. You can see all the little, like, fat drops and stuff. Oh no, that seed has a very different taste. Oh. Sir, 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 sir. Sir. You know nothing of Saw Palmetto. I know nothing of the Saw Palmetto. Well, I've only read of it. Not in a good way. I got it. Okay, so pardon me, I have to do a bit of a brief Google search. Because oh, there we go. Saw Palmetto. Because I have to read Ooh, okay, awesome. I found what I was looking for. Now, gosh. So I gotta find, like, the actual, like, text. And I have an article. Ah! Ah! Wait, let's see. Oh my gosh. Ah, here we go. Okay. So, here is a historical account of some Quakers who got shipwrecked in Florida and were eventually found by some Indians down. And they were fed the berries of the saw palmetto. And here is their retelling of the, well, here is their experience with saw palmetto berries. We tasted them, but not one among us could suffer them to stay in our mouths, for we could compare the taste of them to nothing else by rotten cheese seeped in tobacco juice. Of the palm berries we could not bear to taste in our mouths, even when almost starving. The Indians offered us some of their berries, which we endeavored to eat but could not. Taste was so irksome and ready to take out the breath from us when we tried to eat them. But yeah, rotten cheese seeped in tobacco juice sounds like a wonderfully tasting fruit, right? Right? Perfect for a milkshake, right? But yeah, I want to get some of those berries. I want to actually try them, and then I want to actually turn them into a milkshake because I'm a sick, disgusting individual. Granted, I also want to, I do wish to make durian milkshake as well. So, if you get this stuff, I'm not taking you to the doctor. I swear to God, dude. Oh my gosh. Oh. You're on your own. Oh, I will not be hospitalized for this. Will I regret my decisions? Quite possibly so. Okay. Also, speaking of shipwrecked sailors, it's time to peel a potato. Woo. And once again, time for me to familiarize myself with how to use a potato peeler. I very clearly do. So, well, I don't know. So far, so good. But yeah, the legendary saw pomelo fruit. I wish to work with it. Whatever you say. I am an adult, and I can take responsibility for my own actions. And by that, if I prepare for myself and eat a rigidly tasting fruit, well, I guess I'm just on the hook for that. Whatevers. Oh, wow. We've circumnavigated the potato. Absolute incredible feat of potato peeling. And it. Woohoo! Now to the southern hemisphere. To the Cook Islands. Yeah. Ah. You just do not understand the power of true evil. And the true evil of, like, absolutely terrible tasting milkshake. You may have been afflicted by them once, but you were not born by them. You were not raised by them. You've yet to truly embrace ultimate darkness. Goodness gracious. But yeah, thanks for showing up to my birthday stream, buddy. Even though you probably might have some regrets about that right now. Go, fire, go! Go, fire, go! And I'm saying that because the fire is also making very, like, fiery... going whoosh. Actually, Grand, you can actually see the amount of whoosh that's got. Of course, man. Ah. I mean, hey, if you ever have like, well, if you have anything like come up you need to do, by all means, take care of it. Don't worry about me, because like I'm just here having fun, honestly. And yeah, I will also. I wanted to be here. Aww. Well, thank you very much. You crazy VTuber. I would not have it any other way. I have now gotten you to say you're a crazy VTuber. I need other people to call me crazy VTuber. And that will complete me as a VTuber. Woohoo! 3. Because technically speaking, I'm kind of streaming outside right now, so yeah, I'm a very crazy VTuber. Oh my, granted, I will say, all this steamy goodness that's coming out of this pot smells absolutely amazing. I'm just gonna work on. Oh, hell yeah, do that. I mean, that's actually a thing I do when I'm when I watch like other people and stuff. Is like I'll just like work on stuff. That's actually kind of the reason why I was like popping in and out of your stream earlier today. Was like, okay, I'm gonna go do some stuff now. And then it's like, okay, I'm gonna take a break. Let's watch Good Guy for a little bit. Yeah, all that fun stuff. But I will say, one of my big goals for 2025 is to be more participative in like other people's chats and like talking to people. Right now, I'm garbage tier at that. And yeah, that's where I sit. I'm garbage tier. But I want to get better. And I'm going to push myself to get better. Not sure how far I will get, but I intend to put forth my best effort. Now, please excuse me while I must peel. While I must peel the spud. And not disgrace Rolf's ancestors while I do so. Unlike the Eds. Networking takes a bit of getting used. Oh yeah. But like it's just talking to people. I'm not the most outgoing person. And like that's like one of the reasons why I'm doing this as that crazy VTuber is to be like put myself out there and yeah, and talk and be closer. People I have for the most part are good folks. Yeah, definitely. Like I have found a lot of good people in the VTuber community. Well, like Sushi Nako, like he's a great kid, youngster, but he's a great kid. And then there's Almontes, who's like a really cool old man. Like I managed to discover some pretty cool people, and I want to like chat with them and like interact with them a bit more, and yeah, do all those fun things. Like there's a lot of stuff on the like do list, but well, there's always stuff on the do. There's always stuff on the to-do list when you run a homestead by yourself. But as far as like also being like a content creator and doing all those fun things, I am probably biting off too. But you know what? That's fine. I'm not gonna grow as an individual if I don't put myself in situations where I'm at least slightly uncomfortable. Like, growing as a person always involves putting yourself in difficult positions. Well, not necessarily putting yourself in difficult positions, but positions which you find unfamiliar and you're not 100% confident if you can handle. But you gotta put yourself out there. You gotta do the thing, man. And even, I'd say perhaps even more so, is to just have fun with it. You know, like, you're gonna do something that makes you like slightly uncomfortable as like a person. By all means, like, do whatever you can to have fun with it. Like, granted, I may have took my fun tonight a little bit far with the chainsaw, but yeah, well. That's been some fun. That's been some fun I've been meaning to do for a long time. And I'm really glad I finally got it. I finally did the thing. Really glad I did. Pop. Angle these spuds up in wonderful, delightful, bite-sized pieces. Yeah. Well, and some of these pretty chunky boys, which is good. I'm really glad that I only bought like 2, because like 2's already like filled up the better part of this bowl. Oh, that is spuds done, prepared. So we're reasonably done with my very prep. Yes. As far as veg prep, pretty done. But need to give some check-ins to my pot every so often. Top this off with a little bit of water. I might want to top this off just a little bit of water. Granted, I kind of wish I could have a bit more roaring of a fire, but you know, if I were to have a roaring fire at this point, probably cook my food. Now, this is fine and quite sufficient. Oh, cheers. But man, that's having more people call me you crazy VTuber. A big goal. That's a big goal. Wowie. And I have a reasonable amount of died down embers, what have you. So, next piece of firewood going in. That might make things hot. What have I done? I gave you ideas. Buddy? Your birthday gift? You've given me ideas. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. It could be worse. It could be worse. You could have given me Ohio tier bad ideas. You know? Ohio tier ideas are a tier we don't like to talk about around here. Oh my gosh. Granted, that does bring up like ideas to my head, but I will talk about those like I'll talk about those with you separately, because yeah, I don't know what I want to do in regards to something that a certain Oshi has done that I kind of want to be like, okay, my Oshi did this. Oh, come on. Oh, come on, good guy. Never Ohio. I know you have some good old Ohio class ideas in you. I probably have. I mean, honestly, I probably do have Ohio class ideas in me, but yeah, I don't think they ever come out that much. Oh my goodness. Do something good. I want to push it a little bit more out. I've got a little too much heat coming my way. I mean, on my... Haha, good. That's the spirit. That's the spirit. Actually. Don't fight it. Just let the Ohio flow through you. Like the river. And also the runs. And just let those ideas flow through you and also out again in such speed that you never act upon them. Oh, goodness gracious. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. The sweet, sweet joy of Ohio class ideas. Okay, so I want to, very briefly, I want to recheck my recipe because they're lucky they have jungle. Yes, yes, they have jungle gems. Jungle gems is very good. And then also the IKEA is up by there. So they also have IKEA. That, we do that, and the... Oh, wow. Okay, okay. Julio's. Nice. So, yeah. So once it's time to add the potatoes, we only have to let our pot cook for another 20 minutes after we add the potatoes. And the stew's basically done at that point. So, granted, I do between now and then, I do have to prepare some French bread. So, oh, sorry. Oops, sorry, microphone. Didn't mean to hit you with a knife. But, as you can see here, I have a standard straight blade knife. This is the optimal blade for knife cutting. Well, for cutting veg, generally speaking. Not always, though, because let me introduce you to a different knife coon. This one. So, as you can see, this one has a serrated edge, not a straight one. So, this is what's called a bread knife. And this is the optimal knife for cutting bread. Also, fun fact, there are knives called tomato knives that are specifically designed to just cut tomatoes. Granted, if you have a straight knife and you can very cleanly cut tomatoes, dice them up really fine, really good, with a straight edge, you have a good straight edge. For me personally, that's how I judge how good my straight edge knives are and whether or not I need to touch them up or not, is if they dice tomatoes well. If they dice tomatoes well, then I have a good, clean, sharp edge, and I can use this for anything. But you can use a bread knife as a substitute for your tomato cutting. Like, they're actually really good for that, but these are generally meant for bread. So I'm gonna bring bread knife out because, yeah, we don't. As far as like my veg ingredients are concerned, I am fully prepped on that front. So, yeah, so we're gonna just kind of be like hanging out for a little while, and we're gonna kind of just let the stew, even though they're. Okay. I'm gonna just take this cover off because I definitely have more than just a low simmer right now. And ideally, that's what I would want. just a low simmer. So by taking the cover off, all the steam comes out, all that good stuff, it really cools the pot down. And also like a big point of what we're doing. Ooh. Okay, that was really dangerous. We almost lost our pot. But I definitely want to get it off. Definitely want to like tone the levels of heat it's undergoing. So I think I'm going to be like letting this cook uncovered versus covered. Covered, it contains the heat in. It's more likely to simmer. If I do it uncovered, I'm going to lose water to evaporation. But what I can see right now, I have a very runny stew right now. Well, very not viscous stew. So I'm just going to kind of let this sit here like this. Oh, wait. I don't know how to react to that. I don't know how to react to just the sugi. Wait. Oh, is it because I'm saying the S word a lot? Please don't drop. Oh, okay, yeah. I don't want to drop the food. Granted, I genuinely think if this like tried to like drop, the table would catch it. Like it would dip, and then the table would catch it. Don't end the year on a bad note. Dude, I have beer. I'm not gonna end the year on a bad note. That's not the plan. Game plan's to end the year on a good note. That's the plan, man. I'm also trying to think about like other good stuff that's happened. I mean, 2024 has been overall pretty good year. Maybe not like top tier best year, but overall damn good year. Like I really enjoyed myself. And not just doing this. Doing this has been fun. And I have more fun planned and in store. I may have mentioned it a few times, but not during the stream. But one of the big things I want to do that I haven't done yet, not much of, is gardening content. Because boy oh boy do I like gardening. And also the biggest focus for me as a person doing this stuff is I want to make stuff I want to watch, which is why I'm here over a campfire inhaling cornucopious amounts of oak wood fire smoke on my birthday and all that fun stuff. Because like I'm here to make the stuff I want to watch. That has been my goal from the get-go, and that will continue to be my goal moving forward. Make stuff I want to watch. And I closed my eyes for a while there because wood smoke. It had ups and downs like most, but it's not been that bad. Hey, we haven't personally lost any like family members. So that's a good thing. I'm trying to think. Do I have any family members? I had some family members born this year. I think. Yeah. Oh, goodness gracious. I actually had one of my cousin's sons had, well, he got married the year before, but he actually him and his wife celebrated having their first kid. Well, they celebrated having their first kid. One of my family members got him, his kid, a few other family members, including my grandma, and they decided to do some 5-generation family photos. So this cousin's son had a son. So my grandma's still alive. So my grandma was in the photo. Has the Yamagawa clan grown more? Oh yes, buddy, this clan is growing all the time. I think we had 2 births this. One of my cousins had a kid, and then this cousin's son has been born. But the funniest thing about the son being born is my cousin's son was one of my grandma's great, well, actually just single great grandson. And he had a son. So my grandma has actually held one of her great grandsons. She has held a child 4 generations removed from hers. And that was kind of like one of the things, like, with this, like, photo op that one of the members of the clan had. So, yeah, like, granted, the Yamagawa clans, I know other people probably consider my clan to be a little bit weird, a little bit large, things like that. So, I mean, I will say, one of the big highlights of 2024 was that the Yamagawa clan had their one of the annual events in the clan is a barbecue, a chicken barbecue. And yeah, not the strangest to hear. It's not the strangest, but it's different. So we actually had the barbecue at the old Yamagawa farm, but when you see it, you throw that out the window. But yeah, so yeah, we actually had this annual family event at the historical family farm, which and there's like, dear, oh, buddy, oh my, you cute child. You don't understand anything. But that's where the story's going, buddy. So, we had it at the old farm, the old family farm. And it was actually, so it was either this year or a few years back, was the centennial, the 100-year anniversary of the old family farm. So it's like, okay, cool. It's like the centennial of like the family farm. We're gonna get a whole bunch of family members together. Yada, all that fun stuff. Yeah, so you're right, I don't. Yeah. Oh, buddy. Oh, you're gonna love this. So we had a big gathering. We had a big gathering with a lot of people. I counted. So my family's really big on food. If we do family events, we don't run out of food. That's a family rule. Like, you have to take leftovers away from a family event because family events don't run out of food. So, the hot food line had 14 crock pots in it for this family event. 14 crock pots. One family member tried to briefly get a head count of how many members of the Yamagawa clan were there, and the count was over 90. So that's the Yamagawa clan. We're pretty good sized. We're not like super big. Well, we're probably super big compared to some people's, but we're pretty good sized. But that's my granddad's family. Yeah, grandpa's family. So that's my grandpa's family. So let's see. Was it this year? No. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Save your dots. It is not time for your dots. The time for your dots is furthermore. That's too many. Yeah, just think there's like at least 1 to 200 people out there who I am reasonably close to, well, reasonably close related to out in the world. So yeah, like there's a fair number of us. And I say a fair number of us. So there is my grandma's clan, who my grandpa married her and like brought her into the Yamagawa family, but she still has good ties to her family, all that fun stuff. Well, it was not this year, but last year, 2023, I had my grandma here for a week. Just because I wanted to like have her down here and all that fun stuff for a while. And I was also between jobs at the time. I had the free time to like be around, entertain her, all that fun stuff. And also I just wanted to have her here. We talked about family. We talked about various things. Currently, and I actually have a book that's themed around my grandma's parents. The book is about my grandma's parents, and this was made by a family member. Right now, well, actually not right now, a year and a half ago, I had my grandma in my living room, and she was talking about her family and the number of descendants her parents have. So, descendants her parents have. So, these would be my great-grandparents. Not an absurd number of great, just great-grandparents. Those two human beings, my grandma's parents. Oh, cool, about your great-grandparents. Yeah. My great-grandparents. Progeny, that's like family members on down. Currently number over 600. Granted, some of the shenanigans that I have heard come from my grandma's family are absolutely mind-blowing. One of my favorite is my grandma had a niece who was very great with child. And she was so great with child that she was concerned about she was concerned about her pregnancy. So she was concerned about this pregnancy because he was thinking, he's like, man, I am so great with child. I hope it's not twins. She was concerned that this pregnancy may have been twins because her past 3 pregnancies were twins. You're right, it should say my dots. But yeah, she was great with child. And this was after 3 consecutive pregnancies of twins. And one of the fun kickers of the story is she actually already had 3 pregnancies before the string of 3 pregnancies of twins. So with that final, well, I don't think that was, I'm not sure if that was the final pregnancy or not, but that woman had popped out a double-digit amount of human beings, and I consider that very impressive in so many ways. But yeah, like, there's a lot of people in the Yamagawa clan just because of like being like, if we make kids, we make more hands to help the farm. But Grandma's family, though, is absolutely okay. Now you're just showing off, buddy. I mean, hey, like seriously, like that is my grandma's family. Like, absolute ridiculous amounts of kids. Granted, I genuinely can, like that's like my favorite thing about the story is like, okay, you have 3 kids. You start off with 3 kids. Then you get pregnant again and have twins, so you're up to 5. But you get pregnant again and go up to 7. But then you get pregnant again and go up to 9. And then it's not in time, and then you're pregnant again and you're concerned, and then at that point you're concerned about twins, when the difference between twins or just one is whether or not you're dealing with 10 progeny or 11. Human reproduction can be really wild if you let it be so. But thankfully, I am going in the opposite direction of that by being greatly single and also greatly happy with where I am in life. I have no problem raising kids, but if someone was like, "Hey, I genuinely want to have a soccer team with you," no, I'm not dealing with that literal. That's too much kid, way too much kid. I don't want that. I don't need that. No. Okay. Ugh. Okay. Enough of a long-winded story about my family. Time to throw a piece of wood on the fire. And that piece of wood ended up a lot closer to the pot than I intended. So the pot's gonna get really warm now. But yeah, my family's nuts up. As far as like, hey, I wanted to ask you something. Do you think I should make my games force 2, 2, 3? Ooh. Hell, because I think, isn't Viridian Forest just like one section? But I'm trying to think how big of a section Gen 2's Forest was. Honestly, I would say it depends on like the level of effort you want to put into it. Like, if you feel like if you have a pot boiling over with ideas and you want to incorporate all this stuff into the into the 4 section, and that means you need 3 sections to fit everything, by all means go for it. But if you feel like, okay, I had like these ideas, I got these ideas, and I can incorporate this, and I think I can do a pretty like well-paced 2-section forest, go for the 2-4 section. Go for the amount of sections that best fit the amount of ideas you want to implement passionately. Because I don't know if you're trying to like be like a little bit ambitious with your forest, but I would say match it to the level of passion you're willing to give to the project and your ideas for the project. Because if you try to dream bigger than what you want to bring to the table, you're going to disappoint yourself. It's best to take your planning and fit that to what you're I've definitely been in the day, and fit that to like the level of ideas you have. Like don't bite off more than you can chew, buddy. It is mostly what I would say. So like whatever's reasonably comfortable as a person to execute as a plan, what I'd say you should do. Okay. So. Looking for. So I need to check. I need to check it. Tab's pretty easy. When did you get with words? Thanks. Oh, no problem. Well, it's just I have experience in my life with being over ambitious with like projects and such. And like on one hand, you want to be like really ambitious and do like a really big thing, but you really need to make sure you set your goal in a portion to the amount of passion you're willing to bring to the project. Because it's very easy to dream big and bite off more than you can chew, but then you're just going to feel disappointed in yourself when you exhaust all your passion and your dream is still left unfulfilled. You're just going to be like, man, I wanted to do all this stuff. I wanted to have like this big thing, but you only wanted to put like so much time into the project. And you're going to feel like your project's unbaked. In reality, you need to set your expectations for how big of a loaf of bread you want to make. You should only make your loaf of bread in accordance to the size of the amount of flour you currently have on hand. Oh. Oh, if it's... I'm gonna... Woo! Definitely gonna work on, like, upping the ante on the heat a little bit. Just to kind of help that stuff break down a little bit better. But hey, once we get these potatoes in here, we actually don't have like a lot left to do. So we're kind of like in like the meat and the potatoes part of the process. God, that was terrible bonding. I'm not sorry. Great, I'm actually trying to think back, because I think it's been an hour since I threw the meat in, but I'm not 100% sure on that. So, and actually I'm gonna let this cover this up and kind of let it do its thing for a little bit longer. If I cover it, it'll retain more heat, it'll do stuff, so we'll check on it in about like 10 minutes. Then hopefully it'll be hopefully ready for the potatoes at that point. Ideally. It's a game plan. But I will say I will do probably when I add my last few ingredients, which is potatoes, leeks, tomato paste, and some cabbage. Once I add those, I'll probably do a BRB because I'm definitely getting to the point where I need to pee, but I can hold it for a little while, so yeah. Ooh. But yeah, I've got 2024 has been like a really good year. I have done more woodworking. I think some cool things I can do is put some influence from Viridian in the first part just to help. Ooh, yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm a bit... So, Viridian's really good. I'm also a big fan of, like, Gen 2's Forest. Just because there's kind of... Well... Granted, you know I'm biased. Because I'm, like, the biggest Celebi stan. And, yeah, that's who I am. I like my legendary, forced, mythical creature, who unfortunately was the subject of the direct-to-DVD movie. It did not get aired in theaters. I wish Pokemon Forever was... Really, honestly. That movie to be in theater. Granted, I do know, like, one type of content a whole bunch of like, other VTubers has been, like, watch-alongs, which is, like, hey, you just, like, person's watching this thing, and then, like, okay, let's face the fact, Gen 1, 2, 3 are, like, go. I semi-agree. But I also kind of semi-disagree because I'm also just not sold on Gen 3. I like to think Gen 2 is my fave. Ooh. Ooh. This kid's cooking. This kid's cooking. But I will always love Gen. Yeah. Honestly, it's really hard for me to say which Gen I like more. But I definitely did like the Gen 2 starters. Like, I liked all the Gen 2 starters. Because Chikorita is kind of a continuation of Bulbasaur with Plant Dinosaur. And Plant Dinosaur is very powerful. And then you have Cyndaquil. That's like a Flame Ferret? Flame Ferret? Okay, Granted, I'm not sure how I feel about calling Typhlosion a big Flame Ferret, but... Sure! But Typhlosion's cool. Like... My Typhlosion playing Pokemon Crystal was like the peak of my ability to play Pokemon, and that was simply because Good Guy knows this. I'm not sure if anyone else does, but in my playthrough of Crystal, I had Typhlosion as my starter, and towards the end of the game, my Typhlosion's moveset was Flamethrower, because he's a fire type. I think it's like a hedgehog. Yeah, fair. Definitely fair. I can see that. Especially with Cyndaquil. But yeah, my Typhlosion had Flamethrower. Slash. Slash was really good because Slash crits for days. Then, I taught my Typhlosion Earthquake. And for the youngsters out there, if you grew up with the original Gen 1, with the original releases of Red and Blue, and eventually Yellow, Earthquake was massively broken in those early games. Like, you could do so much with a Nidoking that knew Earthquake. Like, you just walk into a Pokemon battle and just be like, Nidoqueen, Earthquake, brr. And just do so much. So I gave this Typhlosion Earthquake. In addition to the 2 other moves. And then, the piece of resistance of my middle school kid self-brain was giving Typhlosion Thunder Punch. Because it's like, Oh, you got a water type there? Oh, that's so cute. That's so adorably cute because also Typhlosion's very fast. Yeah, okay, let's see if your water type has enough defense to take a Thunder Punch from a Typhlosion. Yeah, but that was me being peak kid. That was me peak kid. I will never be that great again at Pokemon. I very much fell out of it past that point and such, but Pokemon definitely does hold a very special place in my heart. Granted, would actually, not gonna lie, Thunderbolt with me. Ooh, this guy. This good guy, you could say, has a good idea. But yeah, I think Typhlosion can learn Thunderbolt. I think I taught my Typhlosion Thunder Punch just because it was like the first TM I checked. Like, hey, can Typhlosion learn Thunder Punch? Oh no, Typhlosion can learn Thunder Punch. I'm gonna have fun with that. And I did. Oh my gosh, but who knows? Maybe I'm not currently envisioning this at any point right now, but I might be revisiting older games. I mean, smoke. Plenty, that's plenty. Okay. I do want to play through some of my more like nostalgic games. Granted, I have already done that this year with my playthrough of the Lucids in Rome Total War. I had a lot of fun with that. I genuinely had a lot. Granted, that wait, what? Highlighted. And on that, kid, Sugiyama got learn type coverage. Hey, oi! I knew of the type coverage. It's just I was also the type of Pokemon player who only played through the game with his starter. And how dare you highlight that comment to call me out like that? How dare you? You son of a good guy. But yes, I am a believer in type coverage. And oh yeah, everyone. Good guy Travis here has been playing through Moemon. And I think the Moemon hack through Emerald on Sunday mornings on his channel. He is actually almost done with that playthrough. But it has been a lot of fun for both for himself and his community alike. And I've noticed that. And I am you should see some of the crazy stuff. See some of the crazy stuff you see now. Okay. But I am also back in my college days, which over 10 years ago, I did play a Pokemon hack. I think the Tohomon hack I played was a hack of Emerald, if I remember right. Either Emerald or Fire Red was the Tohomon hack I played. So I am considering playing through that ROM hack of Tohomon because, yeah, if there's something you should know about me is I am an absolute, like, massive fan and stan of Toho Project, and I love everything about it. I have nostalgia for Pokemon, and, you know, Tohomon's kind of like where things meet between those two. but that's an idea for another day. Because right now, as far as game playthroughs are concerned, I'm definitely focusing on Stardew Valley. Granted, I am thinking about being a little crazy with my Stardew Valley playthrough. So, as you know, Stardew Valley has seasons. I have played through 3 weeks of spring so far on stream. Same songs over and over. Oh, buddy. You don't know. You truly don't know. You do not understand. But yeah, that lid's very hot. But yeah, I am considering adding Tohomon to my list of like games I want to play. Partly, 1, because of nostalgia. 2, I like Toho. 3, I like Pokemon, and yeah, Tohomon's just kind of fun because there's like original movesets. You can, generally speaking, you can look at a Pokemon and kind of at least get somewhat of an idea of its typing. Yeah, and Tohomon, that's not how things work. It's not how things work. But yeah, I am considering that. I'm not committing to that, but it's an idea. But for Stardew Valley, though, one of the things I want to do is I'm considering playing through a season of Stardew Valley as a season in real life. So I started my playthrough in fall of the spring season, and I still have a week in the spring season left to go. I am considering, like, so we'll say in the fall I'll play through spring. It's actually proper winter now, and it's going to be winter until mid-March. So this means I can finish spring in Stardew Valley and do summer between now and mid-March. And I can play through Stardew Valley basically in IRL, kind of, sort of. I'm considering that idea. I think that idea would be kind of fun, and I mostly like the idea from the perspective of it will help space out the playthroughs, mostly because gaming is not the big focus here. Big focus here is what we're doing here today. Campfire cooking, hobby activities is the main focus of this channel, which gaming is a hobby. A lot of people enjoy gaming. It's a fine hobby to be into. I enjoy gaming. I just don't enjoy gaming a lot. Like, I like cooking over a campfire. I like this a lot. I like doing woodworking projects. I like brewing beer. This channel is dedicated to my hobbies and how I like to enjoy them. So there's going to be a mix of things, different things, all that good stuff. And I now need to... I can see how tender... That piece... Ooh, that piece... Honestly, that meat feels... really tender. So, at this point, I'm going to go ahead and call this good for my accessories to go in. Yeah. So that's going to be the spuds. Then we're going to hit this. I remember the day I showed you Chrono Cross. It was oh my gosh, dude, buddy. How old were we? How old were we? We were old. Sir. Back in my day. Dude, like, you're bringing up, like, ancient times with that comment, man. Hey, so. Oh, wait. Ooh, granted, I love the looks of the... I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I love the hell... We were young AF. Yes. Yes, we were youngsters. Back when we were youngsters, we did not know how cruel the world could be. Granted, we were certainly about to find out about that. Certainly about ready to find out about that. Okay. It came out in 1990. Oh, God. Dude. Don't be doing this to us, man. Don't be doing this to us. Don't do us like this. Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. They call him a good guy. But he's only a good guy occasionally. Ugh. Ugh. My back. My leg. But yeah, Chrono Cross was. Oh my god. I tell that story on stream. Actually, hey, you know what? Hey, chat. You know what? It's my birthday. And as a VTuber, I don't really like talk about details about myself too much. Yeah, we were like, no, we were. I was 10 years old in 1999. I was 10. No, actually, we did not meet in 1999, though. We met in 2001. Because I was in 6th grade when I met you. Like, we did not meet in 1999. You may have known of my sister's existence in 1999, but you did not meet me in 1999. I did not meet you until we got into the new millennium. I have known you ever since, though. Ugh. But yeah. So, yeah. Fun story time. So, as a youngster, as a wee little human being, I was... People, we have known each other for like 20... Yes, 20 plus years. I agree with that. I do not agree with 25 years, though. We're old farts. Yes, we're old farts. We're old farts. We've been having fun with life. And that's okay. Yes, it is okay. So, as a youngster, my hair was of a certain color. But as I aged, well, entered puberty, my hair color began to change. So, my mom wanted to see her son with his old hair color. So, one day, she approached me with a deal. And the deal was, hey, son, if you let me dye your hair, I will buy this Chrono Cross game for you. And Kid Sugi was like, deal. So that's how I got my hands on my first JRPG, Chrono Cross. Was I made a deal with my mom. Be like, okay, mom, I will let you dye my hair, so that way you will buy me this video game. And that's how I actually. Ooh, wow. And that's how I got my hands on my first JRPG. Wow. Looks intense. I'm looking forward to the day when it hopefully is not as intense. Granted, going into next year, with like these campfire streams, I'm going to be getting extra cozy with you. And by that, I mean a blanket. Because it is... So I am wearing like pants and shoes and stuff, but I'm also still like... Oh, wow. If I stretch that far, you can't see. But I'm still like wearing like the shirt, you know. Oh, yeah. But we're going to be getting... Ah! Okay. Slight miss on my part. Sorry about that. Ugh. I forgot one of my ingredients that I was supposed to add at this point. And that was my tomato paste. I'm gonna get myself a good helping spoonful of that tomato paste. This is a lot of soup. There we go. Assembly dissolved. That goes over there. Woo-hoo. Wait. Goodness great. I gotta check something. I need to check and see if... Yep, potatoes. Oh, yep. That ingredient. Okay. So the bay leaves stay in, but I add one more ingredient. And that is some lemon juice. Woo. Work. Oh, that's how that works. Lemon juice. That's probably about as much as I need, really. Okay. I really want to stir that tomato paste in there. Man, this has gotten... Probably should have diced those tomatoes. Not tomatoes, but potatoes. Potatoes. I should have diced those probably a bit finer. What I have done. Damn, I was hoping for... Oh, you wanted good old taco seasoning. Nope. Sorry. Sorry, buddy. Hate to disappoint you, but there's none of that tonight. Who knows? Maybe. Maybe. That just makes me laugh. Well, I'm glad it makes you laugh, good guy. I'm really glad it makes you laugh. Goodness gracious. Elders. So, dear viewers at home, I'll have you know, like, the wind has, like, picked up in a really big way and is, like, tearing. Also, you can't tell that with the fire because the fire's, like, really next to the house. I've got a retaining wall that way. Like, that way. So, I'm kind of, like, in a nook, so, like, the wind's not, like, blowing a lot of stuff around, but... Like, wowee! This wind's rip-tearing, and also my neighbors are firing off guns. Which, if this was not normal behavior, I might be concerned. But my neighbors firing guns is very normal behavior, unfortunately. Okay, so I gotta let Stu stew. My bladder's filling up, so I'm gonna throw up the BRB screen for the last time tonight. I'm gonna tinkle, I'm gonna crack open a beer, we're gonna do some yappins, and I'll start serving up some soup. So I'm gonna be back here in a little while. Woohoo! Okay. So I am back. And I promised another. Well, let's go with this one. Good old High Zero. One of my personal favorite non-alcoholic beers, but whew. So I'm hearing some bubbling. Whoa. Okay, well, yeah, our soup that was supposed to be near simmering is a boiling. Let's go ahead and give this a great big old stir. Oh, yep. Oh, okay. I know what that's about now. Okay. Yep. We're doing some freedom around here. Freedom and all that fun stuff. And hit this with some water. I know we got a pretty good simmer going here, but I do want to keep the heat up for this last stretch. But man, it smells absolutely amazing. Lovely. So, some of you may have been wondering why the cutting board remains out on the field. Bread knife. Well, that's due to the effects of French bread, which actually, yeah, there is something up with my camera. Because regardless of how I hold the thing, it's very, can't read it very well. Let's see. Oh, wowie. It is a case of local VTuber struggling against plastic wrap. But hey, I got a knife for that. And that knife cuts good. So for the spaghettis, do right around in here. So you want to do like short successive chops. And then bada bing, bada boom. I have a section. So this section of bread back into the container from whence it came. Wait, Woodsmoke, please don't do that. I'd appreciate that. Wowie, that stuff is boiling. Boiling's the goodsins. Deary me. Better make sure I stir it in order to evenly distribute the heat. Granted, I do like the fact that I'm occasionally seeing the bay leaves, because I actually have to remove them at the end of this level of cook. At the end of this cook, so the traditional way to enjoy this dish is with slices of bread. So I'm gonna go ahead and like batch that bread out quickly because one, I'm good at it. Two, I just want it done. And also, I'm also really looking forward to when the soup's done. Not only because one, I get to eat it, but two, well, I get to like ramp up this fire because it has been steadily getting colder as night has fallen. Well, at first it was like pretty comfy. Now it's actually starting to get chilly. Granted, it's mostly starting to get chilly because of how much wind I'm dealing with. That's like the troublesome part. Is like the wind level. Getting a pretty decent amount. Well, getting a reasonable amount of wind. That is the bread. That is the bread being done, the cut. All that fun stuff. Ugh. Okay, cool. No drop frames. I don't know. Part of me wants to think about things, about yaps, but at the end of the day, like, hey, I gotta say, like, I'm a pretty happy person. You know, I had a good idea for the forest. I put rock mounds to represent mobs. Ooh, there you go. There you go. That's cool. That seems like just a darn tootin' idea right there. I feel like I should probably add a little bit of water to this soup. So for those here who may not know what the knobs are, the knobs are actually a region of Kentucky, and it's basically like a foothill region that extends from Appalachia. Goes from Appalachia to Elizabethtown, Kentucky, and then heads north up into like Louisville and actually further into Indiana. But it's kind of like a hilly region of Kentucky. But like hilly, not mountainous. Appalachia is mountainous, whereas the knobs are kind of just hills. There's a little bit of geography for the day. Yeah, just adding that little bit of water was nice. Now, it stirs a lot easier. It's gonna be fun to get bay leaves. I got it out, but oh well, I'll deal with that when I get to that. I'm not at that point, but I'm getting close to that point. Man, does that look like some like top tier class soup? So I'm trying to think of like other things. I don't know. So I've talked about projects, talked about how I've had fun with this, but I'm not entirely sure if I talked about like some of my favorite projects. I will say one of my favorite projects, at least from shop furniture class. So we built a couple of we built some pieces of shop furniture around here. We built the utility cart. We have built the miter saw stand. We have built the table saw cart. We have built jigs. I've built the cross-cut sled, which for some reason that stream did fairly well, and I don't still to this day is one of those things. I don't know why this did well, but it did. Okay, sure, fine, what else? I don't know. Yeah, all that fun stuff. So I will say right here and now, my favorite shop furniture project of 2024 was hands down the table saw. Having expanded the amount of space that I can set stuff on, like have more table space, just in general, has been very nice. But also just like being able to have like my table saw like out, because because originally before I had it on a stand type thing, and I had to stand it up. I had it to fold out like 4 legs, all the like. It was kind of like a process set up. It was kind of a pain in the butt. It wasn't like a super pain in the butt. It was just one of those things that was like kind of a pain in the butt. But but actually having like a proper like table saw like stand, like piece of furniture, it sits in, folds it. I have additional support for longer lumber. That has been my favorite project past year. Really happy with how it turned out. I had to make modifications. Original build plans, because one, I didn't want to use a U-shaped piece of plywood for it, because that would have been like a pretty big plywood waste. So I just used scrap pieces on the sides, and that worked out fairly well. And then I also had to do some notching on the sides for the fence rails to fully extend the fence out. So I did some modifying versus the original build, but overall it turned out really well. Also, I used really good casters on it. I talked about how much I like those casters. I'm going to be buying more of those casters. Like my miter saw station. Good. I'm reasonably happy with it. But with the new miter saw I'll put on it, there's some work to do on it. So what I'm currently thinking about is at some point in time I want to rework the miter saw station. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that on stream or not, but that's kind of like one of those things I want to do, but it's like really far down the list of things to do. So I'm not really worried about it now. But yeah, eventually it's going to be a thing I tackle. Not going to be a thing I do now. So, but yeah, I've got that, like, that thing, because honestly, because the biggest problem is I have it on 2-inch casters, and 2-inch casters are fine, but the station with the miter saw plus other, like, the various other built into it, it's too heavy for the 2-inch casters, and it's really challenging to roll around the shop. So I really need to work on, like, improving that. Also, apparently I need to improve on my iPhone's battery life. I think I really should, like, turn the screen off whenever I VTube Studio. But hey, I am cool with being like this inked eye old man for the remainder of the stream, because you don't have a whole lot longer. I'm definitely going to be continuing for a little while longer, but I'm definitely not going to be here an hour from now. I know that for sure. Also, I do know for a fact, like, if I just, like, chill, generally speaking, my tracking comes back. Generally. Granted, also, if I wanted to, like, get up and press a button, I could also get my tracking back, but I don't want to do that. But it's good to know I've got about 3 hours in it, as far as, like, time. So, that's kind of like a bit of a yap about shop projects that have been completed on the channel. So, that brings me to other projects. So, I built quite a few other projects. One early project on the channel was the CRT stand. And I've actually had the friend that I built that for. He recently got some new furniture and stuff, and he reached out to me and was like, hey man, thanks for building this for me, but I don't have room for either the CRT stand or CRT. Do you still want stand to, like, make out of, do you still want the materials out of it? And I was like, yes, I will definitely be very okay with, like, being able to salvage materials. So I definitely want to salvage materials from that and use in other projects at some point. But that was like one of the early projects I did. Hands down, my favorite project last year was CD. I am absolutely incredibly happy with it. Sure, I may have built the thing a little too wide, and the shelves on it probably a little bit thin for the length they are. Don't forget my desk. Your desk was built 2023, sir. That was not a 2024 build. But that was, yes, that was before all this. We're talking about 2024. We're looking back at 2024. I mean, hey, I have absolutely no problems with how your desk turned out. I'm happy with it. And I'm glad to hear that you love it still. Because honestly, that was actually kind of a pretty fun build. And actually, Speaking of things relating to that desk build, on Saturday, I'm going to be milling sassafras lumber and whatnot for a headboard build for my bed. And at the end of that stream, well, part of that stream is going to be doing a glue up. That glue up that I do this upcoming Saturday is gonna actually take the record of the biggest glue up I've done so far as a woodworker. Because making the main part of your desk was the biggest glue up I've done so far. But we're gonna kick off the new year by doing an even bigger glue up. So that's gonna be fun. Granted, also, having said that, I still need to remind myself I need to go to Lowe's and buy dowels, because I need more dowels to do that glue. But other than that, it should be fine. I have some, like, what are my accessories? I don't know. Well, I do know that's stream. Granted, honestly, today's turned out to be a somewhat long stream for me. But that's all fine. That is all fine. That is all good. All fun. Under the sun. Well, there's no sun right now. There is no sun right now. I need to get a chunk of potato. That's pretty reasonably soft. Okay, cool. So, if I've got soft spuds, so that is one of the disadvantages of leak in there. This is going to make it really hard for me to find my bay leaves. Because this is pretty much done. Ooh. Oh, that's one of my bay leaves. Oh. Okay, so we found one of 2 bay leaves in here. We've got one more. I kind of should find it, but honestly, if I got one, that's like 50% of my problem. Or at least 50% of my bay leaves. Put 2 in here. Got one more. I am favor up. Various plan of mine. I'm gonna execute on various plan. That could be it. So I'm gonna ladle big spoonful of soup in my bowl. And I'm gonna ladle another big spoon into my bowl. Check my bowl. And as you can see, oh, there it is. We got it. It's right there. Boop. That's it. That's bay leaf number. So, got our bay leaves out, so I can now freely ladle soup. Well, soup and stew into my bowl. Okay, cool. So, I want to take this, well, it's about as close to off as I can. Ooh, Atsui! Bottom, very hot. Okay. Throw probably my final piece of wood. Cream. But we have done it, and I'm gonna check the recipe to make sure like done. Oh wait, hey, the tracking's back. Yay. And serve with some French bread. Yep. Cook potatoes for another 20 minutes until potatoes are fork tender. Guess what? Our potatoes are fork. I know they're fork. So fork tender is you take them and you're able to just put your fork into it a little bit, and it does pretty well in terms of getting into. I'm gonna give it a try. Oh! Oh! There we go. Just want to make sure I get that as like off as like. Well, I think the potatoes are maybe not 100% fully cooked, just because of how large of a chunk they are in. Woo! But wowie, it's good though. Does it taste like? Wait. Do you remember that story of mine? Oh my. Wow, you remember my stories if you remember that story. Like, yes, it's hot, but it's not that hot. It is nowhere near that hot. So, for those who don't know, Good Guy here is referencing a story from my past. Once upon a time, my mom made... Did you burn your mouth? No. No, I didn't. It was like, ooh, this is hot. Ha, 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 ha. I'm fine. But yeah, once upon a time, my mom made taco soup. And then she was like, hey, Sugi, taco soup's done. And I'm like, cool. I ladled out some taco soup, which I've made on the channel, by the way. I put some of it out into a bowl. Then I took a spoonful and put it into my mouth and was like, no. And then I was like, Hatsui! Totomo Hatsui! And then I was like, and I then proceeded to reach into my mouth and pull out chunks of dead skin. Which is the story Good Guy's referring to here. I did not... This is like not that hot. It looks pretty hot, but it's not that hot. Not as hot as that time. Granted, oh my gosh. That carrot's so good. But yeah. I'm definitely gonna be leaving the rest of this recipe to sit here and chillax. Granted, I definitely want to get as far off the fire as I can, because I don't want it to get like too. I just want it to like chill, hang out, stay warm, and do a nice like slow simmer. But yeah, I really like this recipe. It's really rich, but it's not like super rich. But it's got like really good depth of flavor to it. My God. And like one of my favorite things about it is if I dip bread into the soup. Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And wow, my iPhone. I had tracking. Granted, this is also a pretty funny face. So let's get a little bit of meat with some veg. Did you? Oh no. Yep. Yep. That's peak. That's. Oh man, this is like. This truly is like. This was my favorite. This was my favorite meal. I went in with not terribly great expectations, but I came out with like an absolutely phenomenal, like, truly delighted me. Honestly, I did have curry before I did the curry stream. The first curry stream. Granted, I'm sure what I can say could apply to the other stream as well. And that is... Gosh, how do I say this? Like, curry's good, but curry was not like, oh my gosh, this... I feel like if I truly had curry for the first time as a human being, right? Like if the first time I made it was like the first time I had it, it would be in the same class as this dish. This dish is... It's wonderful. I love it immensely. And since today is my birthday, this is a birthday stream, not a food... It's more of a food cooking stream. Well, it's a birthday stream with food cooking versus just a straight food stream, so I'm going to be chowing down for a little while. I am also a little bit hungry. Plus, I would like to wait for my iPhone to have tracking again before we finish off the stream, which I don't think should be long, ideally. Dude, this has been a good hangout stream. Oh, thank you. I mean, that's the goal with this. So, some of my stuff is going to be centered around, like, the project, the thing I'm doing. Sometimes it's going to be, hey, this is making the recipe. Hey, this is building the project. Other stuff is going to be focused on, like, just a hangout stream. Kind of like the point of the Yapping and Sawdust streams is... The point behind those is to be like, hey, I'm hanging out in the workshop. Like, I've been able to work and chill. Yeah, that's a big point of some of the stuff I want to do. Is I want to have, like, I want to have stuff where I can work and chill, but also, like, still stream it. So that's, like, a big thing going behind the Yapping and Sawdust streams. I'm in the workshop. I have a project in front of me. I'm working on that, and I'm working on that project, but I'm also just, like, I'm not trying to push the project to... I'm not trying to get the project to a specific spot. I'm just hanging out, doing work. Feel free to stop in and chill, whatever. Like, hey, that's the goal behind that content. And of the things I've done in the last year, I'm actually reasonably impressed with how well those have turned out. As I bite into more potatoes. Man. Like, the The carrots in this are phenomenal. Absolutely. Granted, the carrots should probably be in some bigger sections. Mostly because they're almost too soft. Like if I was working with like thicker carrots, they would basically be perfectly. Granted, like this is like really the only complaint I can lodge against. Like that's like the only thing I can say about this. Oh, I may have overcooked my carrots a little. Big deal. Also, one of my favorite things about making like stews and such with carrots is not only does it soften them up, it makes them taste sweeter. So, if you haven't been like a big veg person and think carrots are disgusting and tough, by all means, give your carrots a good cook for like the better part of an hour, and you will have some really good. Which, if I ever make this again, I'm gonna, especially if I make this again with smaller sized carrots. Well, with carrots the size I used tonight, I'm definitely gonna be adding them later in the cooking process, just so that way they don't soften up as much. And now it's time for bread. And it's fun because you take the bread and you can kind of just like stick it in there for a little while and it soaks up. It absorbs the broth. Like, I'm sorry, but there really isn't anything I can say that truly describes how fire this is. Fire. Funny joke. Not funny joke. Woo! That was a firework pop. Man. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. This was good fun. I had fun tonight. Honestly, I might be a little too on the chilly side because of the weather, but hey, screw it. It's gonna get colder, and I still plan to cook over the campfire when it gets colder out. However, though, I will be wearing more layers. Gosh, what was it? Hot pot? I think it was the hot pot stream where it was like really cold out, or it was the stream before that. Hold on a second. I'm trying to think here. Favorite holiday season 3. I guess it was hot pot. I guess hot pot was the one that was like really cold. Because there was one I did recently where I actually had to wear sleeves. Whereas tonight actually wasn't really that bad. As far as like being able to like just do stuff. Like it's, yeah, it's chilly, but it's not like, not that bad. Man, I need to use potatoes. Oh my gosh. But yeah, like for perspective for folks, like freedom. Oh wait, oh, that was 2 pops of fireworks. Okay, so like the the intervals between fireworks and gunshots has actually been picking up later on. We're going. But yeah, definitely plenty of freedom going on around here. There's no lack of freedom in my neighborhood. Granted, I do celebrate my freedom in ways unconventional to the average American. Mostly by growing cornucopious amounts of crops and plants in my front yard. And I'm pretty sure all my boomer neighbors are like, how dare you have this much nature going on in your front yard? And me, I'm just like, screw you. The nature in my front yard makes alcohol. Screw you. Well, you can make grass into alcohol, but it's really hard and difficult to do so. Okay. This is gonna be the final beer for tonight. America, Eagle Screech, yeah! Freedom Eagle, beer and happiness and love. Ooh, you know, work stay in the bowl. Love Sugi. Oh yeah, I did make some. That should have been cut down. That should have been cut down to size a little. Wowie! Man, that's good. Oh my god. Ugh. Life is good. Life is good. Life is wonderful. And I gotta say, 2024, pretty alright, good of a year. 2025 though, I got my eyes on you. And I think you're gonna be a damn good year. Oh. Whew. I really wanna bundle up a little bit more, and also, since it doesn't look like my tracking's coming back anytime soon, I'm gonna go ahead and we will wrap up stream tonight. Oh, thank you very much for coming to my fun, silly little birthday stream here. And I really wish I could turn the camera at my thing and be like, hey, look at this, but wrong place, so whew. But yeah, I do want to like seriously and like truly say thank you to everyone who is tuned in tonight or any other time, whatever. Like, I have been doing this for nearly half a year with very little promoting myself, and I'm genuinely kind of flabbergasted at how well I've managed to. one of my big goals for next year is to actually more into promoting myself, do more like, hey, I'm Sugi, I'm doing the thing, come check me out. Oh wow, that's a neighbor firing mortars, consecutive mortars. I can see them. Oh man. Okay, so I was not originally planning on staying up late tonight, but I might have to. The amount of noise my neighbors are gonna make, I don't entirely. But yeah, 2024 was a good year, and I fully intend to make 2025 an absolute even better. It's not gonna happen immediately because that's not how like the world works. You gotta make progress incrementally. But the thing is, with the marking of the years and the passing of the time, which is completely a thing that we silly humans have invented, is that it gives us opportunities to pause and reflect, and also it gives us a yardstick to measure what time has passed. Otherwise, we'd just be living our life being like, okay, we're going from this harvest season to the next harvest season. Whatever. I definitely have a lot to back on, thankful for, and have experiences to learn from, and I look forward to bringing all this in here. And please don't expect any instantaneous improvement out, but over next year, hopefully we'll get back to this point again here around the fire pit in 2025, and hopefully we'll be having a hot damn crackerjack of a time. So, this is Suki Yamagawa, and I'm just some silly guy who's VTubing his slow life hobbies in his 30s, and thanks for tuning in on my birthday. Bye-bye!